So we are actually going to make a video on how to make shagbark hickory syrup. The reason we're making this is we have looked everywhere online and we've seen a lot of actual, instructions on how to do it. But when you watch a video, none of the videos, they really don't explain things and break it down for you one time. You know what I mean, Green Bean? So we're making one. Why? Because we can. When you're enjoying life on Wissman's Ranch, you can do whatever you want when you want. And today, we're making shagbark hickory syrup. Get down with your bad self. Get down now. Woo! Get down now. Ooh! Whoop, whoop! Anyway, all right. Well, stay tuned, because we're getting ready to get her done. Get her done. Hey, what's going on? It's another adventure of Wissman Ranch. Today, we're going to be making some shagbark hickory syrup. And it is so delish. Right, Trish?
We hope so.
Woo! So anyway, we're going to get started. So stay tuned. Hey there. So I am getting ready to get the bark and scrub it. We have a whole bunch of shagbark. And this is what I've done recently right there. So what I'm doing here is I am taking the bark and I am going to scrub it. So let me set you right there so you can see. Turn it on cold water here. Got my little tiny wire brush. And and you can see what it looks like now. So you just take it. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Oh yeah. Scrub it. You want to make sure you get all this green stuff off right there. So you scrub one side of the bark so it's all nice and cleaned off and awesome looking. Good enough to almost nibble on. Not that I would, but then you flip it over and you do the other side. Scrub, 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 rub-a-dub-dub. Scrub, 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 rub-a-dub-dub. And once you get it all good, you want to rinse it off. And as you can see, it's got a little piece right there. So, notice the difference, huh? So, that's basically what we're doing. And then we take this, we just lay it here to dry. And we'll just let it dry out a little bit. When we're finished with that, we'll take it out and roast it. Okay, that's enough for now. We'll chat with you in a little bit. Well, hello again. Right now we are actually getting ready to bake or roast, thank you dear, roast our shagbark. So that way when it's done, we can throw it in a pan and start cooking it. Because this is one of the things we got to do is to roast it. So what I'm doing is I am using here, would you hang on to this for a second? I am using a burner type thing. As you can see, my lovely bride, I've got it hooked up to a propane tank, and we are going to burn this. And the reason we got it like this is because it'll help kind of get it all dry and to give a little roasting aroma to it. So I'll show you here in just a second what it looks like. This is what it looks like right here. Roasting it up. Brings out the flavor, as my wife says. She should know. As you can see, it's putting a nice little roast on there.
You can also do this in the oven.
What's that?
You can also do this in the oven on like 350 for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't have a handy propane torch.
And we nickname our torch Bernie. All right, let's go Bernie. Woo! So anyway, once you do that, then we'll flip them over and we'll do the other side.
All right, so we took all of our shagbark and we broke it into some smaller pieces so it would all fit within the pan. And now we're going to bring it on over to the sink. We are going to fill it with water so it covers the bark. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of keep a close eye on it and let it boil. As soon as it starts boiling, we need to drop the heat back down so that it will simmer. You don't want it to continue boiling.
Why not?
It will release the tannins out of the bark. and make your syrup taste funky. So we're gonna get it to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it until about half of the liquid has evaporated, and then you'll have a nice amber color liquid that's left. And we will show you what we're gonna do after that. Peace out.
Hey, Trisha Dean, how's that syrup stuff coming?
I don't know, I'm cleaning up after myself right now.
Oh, man, allow yourself to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Trisha Dean, as my lovely accompaniment partner in crime back there likes to call me. But regardless, we are boiling down, well, not really boiling down, but right now we're waiting for the water to start boiling on our shagbark. As you can see, we have it pretty well. It's hot already, covering the shagbark. Not too much, but enough to cover it up. And once it starts boiling, we're going to turn it down to a simmer until there's about half of the liquid left with a nice amber glow.
So what does it smell like?
It smells really good in here, actually. You can smell the smokiness, and you can smell the hickory in here too. So it's gonna smell really good in here. So I'm super excited to try it and see if we're doing it right.
Awesome. So there you have it, straight away. Man, if only this phone had like smell-o-vision or smell-o-phone or something. Well, probably not after bean soup, but you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean there, George. I see you back there smiling. Yeah. Anyway, hey, we'll chat with you later once this thing starts getting her done. All right, bye-bye now. All right, so here we are. We've boiled down the bark. As you can see, we've taken it all out. We strained it through our strainers, and we've strained it through cheesecloth, and this is what we have left. This is the hickory concoction that we are going to be putting sugar in. Now, we've measured out we're going to be measuring out 20 cups of sugar, because according to the ratio that we've said, or that we've read, it says for every cup of hickory concoction, you add 1 cup of sugar. We have 20 cups of concoction here and 20 cups of sugar, and it does say we are doing a big batch, so it does say to use 1 pound of bark to one, when you start off, because that way you're not doing such a big batch. This is going to be quite a bit. So we're putting the sugar in, and we're going to stir it up.
I'm gonna stir that while I do another 10 cups.
And we're going to stir it up while she does another 10 cups. So we're stirring it up. And the stuff that we've read, the recipe that we've read online, says you don't have to keep stirring it, but you just want to make sure all the sugar melts. And once it all melts, then you want to boil this until the thermometer, the candy thermometer, reaches around 217 to 219. And once we get to that point, we will actually start recording again. But as you can see, Trisha Dean is getting together 10 more cups of sugar, and that's that. Now you can do more if you want. When I say more, instead of doing just 1 pound of bark, you can do as much as you want, and we did a whole bunch of bark. So we're just kind of doing one big huge batch. Alright, that's all been added into the concoction. There's 20 cups of hickory concoction and 20 cups of sugar. And we will cook this up and boil it until it reduces down around 25 to 30%. And the candy thermometer, on the candy thermometer, it will read roughly 217 to 219. Until then, we will see you later.
And we are back with Wistman Ranch Hickory Syruping Day. As you can see, it is a nice rolling boil we have going on. All of the steam, so any leftover water we have in there is evaporating. Let me turn the exhaust off here real quick. So it's gonna reduce by about 25 to 30%, which makes it the syrup. And right now, you have to scoot back a second there. What is the temperature at? It's just under 210. It won't continue to boil until some more of that water comes out, and then it's more of the syrup, and then it will be able to heat up higher than what it is right now. Once it gets to about 225, we will be straining it again, and then we will be putting it. We have boiled jars right over here, so they're nice and hot and ready to go. So just waiting on this to hit 225, and we'll be golden.
You mean amber or dark?
Amber or dark.
Exactly. All right, is that it?
Peace.
So here we are now. It is starting to boil really well now. These are different boil bubbles than what it was when it was regular boiling. You do not want to let it go over 219-ish. It's almost there now. It's at 212, somewhere in there. But if it goes over 219, even as high as 225, it could start turning into candy, and we don't want that. So we are going to get ready and can this. Once it hits the certain temperature of 219, we're going to go ahead and turn it off, move it aside, and start the canning process. The boiling procedure was just a really long time. It's about 2 hours, a little bit more, give or take. So once we get ready here, I'll turn it back on and I'll show you how we can it. All right, see ya. Okay, so right now I am going to take it off the fire because it is at the temperature it's supposed to be at, 219-ish. And I'm going to strain it through here one more time and start the canning process. So here we go. I'm straining it one last time because this will help to get out any other like little tiny minute traces of impurities or whatever. So I would go through this whole process and just show you, but it's going to be a minute. So I'll just turn this back on when I get ready to can. So this is inside of the strainer, and as you can see, there are some little, dark pieces that are left. And I'll move this over here. And this is what we have. So there's 8 cups. And we still have a bunch more to ladle out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the canning process set up and can it up, and I'll show you when it's finished. Here's the canning process, and I'll show you this as we go through. Fill it up and leave yourself a 1/2 inch headspace. Move this to the next jar. Get our lid. Wipe off the top. Make sure there's nothing interfering. Hot. Okay, get it tightened, flip it upside down, and that's how it's done. So, from Wissman Ranch, that's what we have. As soon as I'm finished doing all the rest, I'll show you how much we actually have, and we'll go from there. So, stay tuned. Well, we're finished. Woo! It's all I gotta say. It took a little bit of time today, but that's okay, because in the end, it was well worth it. We ended up getting roughly that amount. Those 2 syrup jugs, they are full. One is going to the guy that supplied us with shagbark, and the rest is for us. Yes! So, if you've enjoyed this, great. I hope that you make a lot of shagbark syrup. And if you didn't enjoy it, go watch something else. 'Cause we don't care. Woo! All right. Well, have a great one. Enjoy. And we will catch you on the flip side. Wisman Ranch, shagbark syrup. We out. Woo!